everything is just getting slashed and burned, folks, and I love it. I've been waiting for this for a long, long time. So Jim Banks, a senator from Oklahoma, was cornered by a Health and Human Services employee who was recently laid off that had some questions for him. And notice how he doesn't grab the camera. He doesn't assault anybody. This is what he does instead.
Hi, I was a worker at HHS. I was fired illegally on February 14th. There are many people who are not getting social service programs, especially people with disabilities. Are you going to do anything to stop what's happening?
You probably deserved it.
I deserved it?
You probably deserved it.
I deserved it.
Dude, that's
wow.
So sad.
Yeah, that's great to hear. Why did I deserve it?
Because you seem like a clown.
Okay, sir, you shouldn't have said that on.
I love how they think they got him. Oh, you shouldn't have said that on video. No, like now he's a hero. I had never heard of this guy, and now he's a hero. Now I'm like, how do I write this guy in for president in 4 years, 3 years? You shouldn't have said that. Sweetheart, you still don't get it. The same rules don't apply. The cancel culture shit doesn't work. We love it when somebody calls a spade, or in this case, a clown a clown. The days of not being able to say what's on your mind, over! Donezo! You can say whatever the hell we want. And your cancel culture crap no longer works. That's done. We don't play by those rules anymore. Now, there have been a lot of different things getting cut. Department of Education, the TSA, which I think we should cut the TSA. I think we should cut the TSA and put it a requirement that the airports have to provide their own private security that's up to a certain standard. I think it would be a hell of a lot more effective than the TSA, which fails like 80 to 90% of its audits at any given moment. And they're just mean as hell. They're all so rude, and it would just bring me joy to see those people get fired.
I cry almost every time I go through TSA.
Do you remember when we went through the TSA coming back from, what was it, California or was it Arizona? And they pulled you over for a random search?
Yes. It was when we were coming back from California. I had my like little pink bag and everything, and they pulled me aside for random. But then they stopped because some Asian came along.
Well, there was some Asian that couldn't speak English and was confused by the bag checking machine, and he held up the line for so long they told you you can just go. So these are the people that are keeping our skies safe, right? These are the people.
It was because of a water bottle. He couldn't understand that he had to like dump the water out.
That's what it was. Yeah. So these are the people that are keeping our skies safe. All it takes is one guy who doesn't speak very good English that's confused by a water bottle, and the plane's going down. Next thing you know, like that's
like I could have had a bomb in my bag, and they just tossed me aside because some guy couldn't figure out how to toss out a water bottle.
They didn't. Yeah, I mean that's fucking idiots. They're worthless. They really are the worst. I mean, they've let things through. They'll fail audits. Like they'll let hand grenades and guns and knives slip through. Thank God these are people that are testing them. But they just fail over and over and over again. And they've got this TSA union, which federal employees unionizing, whole other story there. But they've got this TSA union that makes it so they can't be held accountable. So nothing ever happens. These people fail at a tremendous rate. I mean, guys, if police officers shot unarmed black people at the rate that the TSA fails its audits, there would be a legitimate case for defunding them entirely. Like that's how bad and ineffective the TSA is. And they're just rude. Like if you're going to suck at your job and be completely incompetent, don't you think you could at least be nice to people? Why can't you be friendly when you're acting like an incompetent retard that's putting myself and everyone else on the plane's lives at risk? I feel like that's a good, like middle ground there, some compromise we could make. I don't know. They're also looking at defunding NPR. Now, Mia, what are we going to do without NPR, National Public Radio? When they've put, let me give you a list of some of the brilliant articles that NPR has put out on our dime. We've paid for all of this, by the way. This is all taxpayer funded. These are some of the headlines that NPR has put out. I went out and looked. It compiled some of the most egregious ones. This first one, why people who jump in front of subway trains are often men. A deep dive into gender differences in suicide by train. I mean, I'm glad that I paid for that. That sounds like a great
Kill
use
your
of my
fucking selves!
a great use of my money. Number 2, scientists discover a new emotion. That emotion, not mad, just disappointed. Invigorating. Truly some breakthrough journalism right there on the taxpayer's dime. Not mad, just disappointed. So that's half of NPR's employees' parents, is what they're saying. Probably 2/3. The next one. What does it mean to identify as a cat? A serious discussion about people who claim to be feline. It means you're mentally ill. There, I wrote that. What do I get paid? NPR, where do I get a job? They literally, your taxpayer dollars funded some idiot to write about what it means to identify as a cat. This is my favorite one, and I think we've actually covered this one on the show a couple years ago. Number 4, is math racist? A deep dive into whether or not math has white supremacist roots.
It does.
I mean, what are you trying to figure out? Like the square footage of a yard so you can burn your cross in it? You know, I mean, I guess that's the only way I could see it being white supremacist. Number 5. Should we be more empathetic to mosquitoes?
I think that one's a fair point.
An NPR writer.
Next, it's going to be, should we be more empathetic to bed bugs?
I know. Ponder. There's vegans out there. There are vegans out there whose kids get lice and they won't let them take the shampoo. They'll make them go to school with lice on their head because they will not kill the lice. I mean, these are sick. There are sick people out there. There's vegans that they'll get bed bugs and they will not get rid of the bed bugs. There are sick, disgusting people, and every last vegan on the planet should be put into a concentration camp. Number 6, why white people own so many dogs. That's right. Dog ownership is now racial. Number 7, the unbearable whiteness of farming. Are we noticing a trend here? Well, I mean, this is what we needed USAID for. You know, we needed a federal program that would provide grants to transgender queer farmers of color. We need more transgender queer farmers of color. Because I don't know about you, but when I'm eating something, when I'm eating a sandwich and there's like lettuce or tomato or whatever on the sandwich, I'm thinking, oh my God, what if the guy who farmed this was white? What am I going to do? And then I spit it out immediately and I'm disgusted with myself. I only go to the transgender queer farmers of color co-op here in town. Number 8, how using too many periods in text messages can be seen as aggressive. That's right. They did a groundbreaking report on the dangers of punctuation on your dime. Number 9, even the names of birds are racist. An exploration into how bird names are tied to European colonialism. Want some more? I got one more. This is my favorite one. You know, a former Nebraska football coach might be really disturbed about this one. This one might change his opinion and how he votes. Number 10, the final one. The climate crisis is coming for your margarita. A warning that climate change will ruin the world's tequila supply. Breakthrough journalism. Groundbreaking shit there by NPR on our dime. Here's my thing. If you want to write this crap, go ahead. Get a Substack, start a blog, get your own newspaper, whatever, YouTube channel, I don't care. You want to talk about this crap, go right ahead. But the reality is the market is not going to sustain you talking about this crap for a living because no one wants to read it and nobody takes it seriously. So the federal government certainly should not prop up your failed journalism. That's ridiculous. And that's been our show. Do we want to plug anything before we get out of here?
No.
Do you want to watch the elevator video one more time? Let's watch the elevator video one more time. Oh, it's the next one.
I was a worker at HHS. I was fired illegally on February 14th. There are many people who are not getting social service programs, especially people with disabilities. Are you going to do anything to stop what's happening?
You probably deserved it.
I deserved it?
You probably deserved it.
I deserved it.
Dude, that's
Wow.
rude and sad.
Yeah, that's great to hear. Why did I deserve it?
Because you seem like a clown.
Okay, sir, you shouldn't have said that.
All right. That's been our show. We'll see you guys on Monday for unsolicited advice. Cheat on your taxes, not your spouse, and stay based.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, be sure to click the link in the description to get the full episode on Rumble. If you prefer to listen along, you could actually get us on Spotify, Spreaker, and iHeartRadio. You can also go to www.outlawstreamers.com to learn more about not just my show, but tons of other great shows and all the exciting projects they have coming up. Follow my socials at Caleb Isn't Funny on Twitter and Instagram, at Caleb Salvatore Comedy on the Chinese spy app that is TikTok, and be sure to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thanks, and we'll see you every Saturday for brand new episodes of That's Based. Peace.